everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Tamitou here today, and this build's going to be this cute little beach shack that I just decided to whip up. I didn't really plan it much, I just kind of went straight in, and I just decided that I wanted to do a really small, cute little starter kind of home, but in a bit of a different way. So I just wanted to make this like little kind of reclaimed beach hut. So it's kind of made of a lot of odds and ends that have been found on the beach or put together or found and recycled. And yeah, I really like how it turned out. And I added this tiny little modern extension on the back as well. And I thought that maybe this is the perfect starter home because you can also build up on it, and I can imagine it being really cute once it's bigger, like if your sim makes money and extends that modern bit, and maybe eventually the giant modern house will be all behind it and this little hut will just be the entrance eventually or something. And maybe the sims could try and make it all from like reclaimed materials and just, you know, think about the environment a bit when they're building. So yeah, I used a lot of nice textured bits like this awning and some of the wall paneling that I used from the Halloween pack. Actually, I ended up using that one. It just looked the best. And yeah, I just tried to pick stuff that was textured. And I've also used these Jungle Adventure windows as well that have no glass in them. And then on this modern section at the back, I have put these really big modern windows just because I wanted it to look like a new extension. And then I've kind of used this rock and plaster kind of wallpaper, but maybe the rocks were actually gathered locally, like nearby, and then it was made by hand or something, and the roof is maybe reclaimed metal or something like that. So yeah, I wanted it to look all deliberately as if it had been you know, just put together basically by a sim who really cares about where they get all the materials. So I ended up opening the extension bit and actually putting the bedroom in the back. I was thinking the bathroom originally, but I ended up not doing that. And yeah, it's got everything you need. It's got a little kitchenette and a little dining area. No, not a dining area, sorry. There was no room for that. A seating area, sorry. And then a bedroom that isn't sectioned off, so it's just all one room, and then a little bathroom off the side. So I ended up making it especially small so that I could spend more money on the furnishings as well. And I really liked using different swatches of the wallpaper outside here and different fencing just to look like really authentic, and that it'd been they'd found bits of different fencing and put them together, maybe painted a couple. So I've removed the ceiling. I've removed the ceiling so you can see straight up into the hatched? Is that what it's called? Thatched roof. And I've added beams to just hang the lights from. And then I've added this really old or more worn looking flooring. And then in the modern section, I'm going to change it in a second to some newer looking wooden floorboards just to make it look like that's been deliberately added on. And of course, you can change this as you go. You can leave it all kind of odd and non-matching, or you can obviously change it up to be all matching eventually. I just really like the detail of it and the fact that it looks really authentic and like it actually has been added over time. And yeah, the wall covering was a little tricky at first. I guess I wasn't really sure what to do on the inside, so I kept some of the outer wallpaper at first and then added some different color plaster just to brighten it up a bit. And yeah, I ended up using some really nice pastel kind of nautical colors inside, like the blue bed from Cats and Dogs, and some Jungle Adventure bits as well, like sofa and tables and stuff. And I really like how it turned out. I think those items really worked well for the kind of coastal look as well. The other thing I wanted to achieve was to keep it looking more tropical than kind of the Cats and Dogs theme. So I don't know if you know what I mean, but the Cats and Dogs map is very like Hamptons, nautical. It's very sort of it's more like American style. I wanted this to be more tropical, as in like it might be on a desert island, which is why I built it on the island where the museum is. So I just deleted the museum. So my sim's kind of now living on this island herself, and there's like dogs passing by and cats and stuff. And it's really fun because they kind of, you can make friends with them, and I keep a bowl out on the front porch for them to eat, and it's really cute. It's like a really nice area. So that's why I stayed away from things like decor items like ship wheels and things like that. I didn't want it to look that kind of nautical. I wanted it to look more tropical, like island living, which I really hope we get some more items like that in season soon, fingers crossed, but this is like the best I could do at this point. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm not going for certain objects, if you're wondering. And I really like what I just did with the picture frames. I was talking about something else while I showed it, but the picture frames, I just raised them or lowered them actually to look like the top three were leaning on the back of the bed. I really like that, and I love that bed swatch as well. It was like one of my favorite ones from Cats and Dogs, from the beds there. And the little kitchenette is really modern, and I still thought that these Jungle Adventure counters looked quite they've got a nice texture. They still look quite as if they could be reclaimed or put together or handmade or something, because of the texture on the top is like a concrete or a kind of stony texture, I guess. And then I did raise up the what's it called, the cooker hood as well above, so it goes into the ceiling a little bit more, because obviously if you look up you can see straight through. And another thing that happened when I deleted that ceiling was that I ended up with this little shelf above where the door is, and the window in the roof also brings light in from above. And I also put a couple little decor items on the shelf, so in the screenshots you'll see that from different angles you get this kind of nice little area with some candles on it, and it's just really cute and it opens up the space a lot. So yeah, as you can see, I just placed a really expensive computer, and I was being kind of ambitious with that, I think, because I'm still getting used to budgeting and stuff, but I ended up deleting that altogether. Again, something you can aspire to put a PC on there, but I thought it looked really nice. I just like the contrast between new and old in that little corner. But yeah, it ended up being way too much. It was like over 3,000. So yeah, I kind of ran out of money at the bathroom stage. So and I also wanted really good plumbing. I didn't want just any old plumbing. If we're going to live in such a small house, or the Sim's going to live in such a small house, I figured I'd at least want their plumbing and everything to be comfortable and not going to break and stuff. So yeah, I really like the bathroom actually. It's so cute, and I love the exterior wall panels being on the inside as well. And I used the stool again like always and raised up a little plant on it, and I really like it, and it all just looks really rustic and worn and weathered, and I love it. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, so this little front porch, because I played with my Sim a little bit in this afterwards, and it's really cute. When I have visitors over, they love sitting outside, and it's just a really nice outdoorsy area, especially if you have an outdoor loving Sim and get a yoga mat out there or something. Yeah, it's just nice. There's like ample outdoor space, and I do raise it up in just a second, so that is actually a raised little hut, and put the stairs in and everything. And yeah, the light I'm about to put as well, I figured that looked quite worn, and it's like this brass or copper like light that maybe was just found in, I don't know, the dump or something, and just added. So anything that they found and just thought that they could use in the house. So you can see I'm rapidly running out of money here, so we are quite close to the end. But at the last minute I did go back and add some debug items from Cats and Dogs, and they actually did cost money, so I ended up having to like delete a couple of things to make room for that. But here's where I'm adding these little decor items. So you see this little shelf that is to stop the kind of the outside from being the inside, if you get me, because I had to put some roofing in to stop it being outside light. And yeah, I just kind of add these shelves in at the, not shelves, sorry, the piece of fencing in at the end, and a little like barrel post thing. Again, they just look really reclaimed, and like they've been dumped somewhere and they've just taken them because they were just there and they just decided to use them in their house. So yeah, I really hope you like this build. You can download it on my gallery, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.